Thank you for joining us back live here at Channel A TV. Our first guest from the special presentation of the things that are happening around the United States is coming from no other than AZWWI, Atlanta Women with Influence. You know them well, you know them better, and I'm so privileged, so honored to have worked with one of my friends, my sister, Dr. Anna Katemabanda. Welcome back. It's so good to see your smile again.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Atlanta Women with Influence. Where did that name come from?
So Atlanta Zambia Women with Influence, we came together in 2014. And so this is us, a group of women excited to make some changes. And we wanted something that included all the women in Atlanta. So that's where Atlanta comes from. And
Right.
of course, Zambia, because our passion was for Zambia. And we know that everything that we do is going to be influential. So that is where the name originated from.
Awesome. Now, I'm very, very interested to know a little bit about the background because I know that some of the board members, of which we are privileged today to have a few of them,
Mhm.
they also volunteer and work with other organizations within Atlanta, specifically for women. So that's really, really cool that you guys are spreading your wings a little bit outside Zambia, even though you focus on Zambia. So why Zambia, and which part of Zambia do you focus on?
Right now, we're in Central Province, Mukoshi.
Right?
We want rural. And the reason we're picking rural is we know there's a lot of need in Zambia everywhere, including urban area. But usually urban is seen quite a lot. And
Mhm.
we tend to forget about the rural areas. And we know that literacy is a problem in the rural areas. So we want to target rural areas. For now, just Central Province. But of course, our vision is to expand into all the provinces of Zambia.
Awesome. So if somebody's going to Kapiri, which school specifically? I know that it's a Lukomba, it's called the Lukomba Initiative, right? So
Mhm.
if I am first time going to Kapiri, where do I go if I wanted to just, you know, probably pay a visit to some of these kids? I've seen the documentaries and those kids are just awesome and wonderful kids. But just give us a little bit of a context for someone who's watching for the first time.
So it's called Lukomba Initiative because the school is Lukomba Primary and Secondary School. So it's a big school with a lot of students. And from that school, we selected a specific population. So we're women, and we know if you educate women, you educate the whole nation, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I can see the smile. I know you're waiting for this one to come because
I
it's,
know.
of course, it comes from the woman. So we all come from
Yeah,
there. So that's great.
that's
That's a
right.
great point. Yeah.
So we picked the young girls in the school, but more specific, it's the orphan.
Yeah.
We picked the orphan girl child. So, and our definition of orphan is either lost both parents or one parent. And so we want to help that population because we know the challenges that most orphans face. And there's a very interesting thing about our board is majority of our board members were actually orphaned at an early age.
Wow. That I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That's
yeah.
a great detail. I'm glad you
Mhm,
mentioned that.
mhm.
So that goes to say, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad that a lot of women that people get to see, volunteering and working with the Atlanta Women with Influence, they have a humble beginning and they've all excelled, and that's a cool story right there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So now, just taking you back a little bit, we go way back many years ago, and we've been working together since the pandemic, which I truly appreciate, and I'm very humbled for the opportunity to work with you, ladies, throughout the pandemic. So, what has been the difference, for you when you look at as we looking back during the pandemic and now post the pandemic? How are you balancing the whole thing to make sure that people still have the same passion? Because during the pandemic, we didn't know how the world was going to end, so everybody's like, "Oh my God, let me give my last $10 to make sure that if I die tomorrow, I
Yeah.
can do all that, But so with that shift, how are you surviving and how are things, evolving when it comes to ASWI?
Well, so as you helped us evolve, I have to say thank you very much. We're very
Oh,
grateful. The pandemic was tough. We really didn't know how we were going to fundraise during that period, and you came through. We thank God for that. And the 3 years of the pandemic, when the pandemic was at its height, You helped us with the virtual concerts, and
Mhm.
through the virtual concerts, we worked with a lot of different artists
Right.
from Zambia. And part of that again goes to again supporting Zambia. So we just not the children. We want to support as much as we can every sector of Zambia, which included music. So in that aspect, we learned a lot about what we can do using technology. So the virtual aspect has helped as we, gain visualization
Right. Right. And more reach too to
aspect
a lot of,
page. Absolutely. We gained
yeah.
followers on our Facebook page as well during that time. So definitely growth. And with that, we've continued. We've gone back to in person, but we also want to balance that with continuing that technology aspect as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if I can do my shameless plug, Dr. Anna, you are one of the most accomplished women
Ah,
Zambian
ah,
doctors out
ah.
there. I know quite just a handful of you guys. And how are you doing when it comes to just your mental preparation? I know that you have a hectic job, but we don't take that for granted. How are you balancing that with serving the community at the same time?
Well, serving the community to me is a ministry. I look at this as something that God wants me to do.
Right.
And so it doesn't feel like a task when I'm doing it. It's exhausting, but knowing that God will give me strength is how I have been able to pull through it. And I
Mhm.
have to say the same about my work, because if I were to do it again, I think I would choose the same profession
Right.
and I would choose the same specialty because I truly believe it's where God wants me to be. So He gives me strength to go through it.
Awesome. Very well said. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to drink some water. And when we come back, we're
Thank
going to
you.
talk to our Sister Priska. Stay tuned right here at Channel ATV. Keep it locked. Now, I'm greatly joined by our sister, our lovely sister, our Priska Zulu. Welcome. It's so good to see you again. Every time I see you, we're asking for money for people to donate, and you're so good at it. But I'm so glad that you could make it today. How are you doing?
Doing great, and thank you for having us again.
Always, always. I love your T-shirt. It says AZWWI and it has the logo and everything. I think I need one of those. If you guys can ship me one, I'll be, so I can also represent.
Yeah, I will definitely get you one, but on condition that we see you in
That,
person.
that I done it.
Sometime
Oh,
soon.
okay, okay. Either see me in person or done it. You could have just said it, done it, right?
I know, right?
Right. Yeah, no, but seriously, it's good to have you in the studio. And we know you. We see your work behind the scenes. You don't love the light shining on you so much, but how are you? How's the family? And what are the preparations? How are the preparations going for the upcoming event? I know there's a lot of work in the background. When we speak, it's hectic. How are you balancing the whole thing with your own life?
Um, it's hectic, but at the same time, it's fulfilling because we know the goal. We know what we're getting out of it.
Right.
So when we started this, we knew it wouldn't be easy. It would be hard work. So we just put in the work, and at the end of the day, we're glorifying God.
Absolutely, very well said. Now, from your perspective, I know that a lot of people that are watching us right now, they might say, "Okay, why do you just help the girl child, and why not all the youth or all the kids in general?" From your perspective, why are you so passionate about the girl child?
So, like Dr. Anna Katema Banda mentioned, if you educate a girl child, you
Hmm.
educate the whole nation.
Right.
And our background in a home of, say, 5 children, and there's 4 girls and 1 boy,
Hmm.
families would rather send a boy to school than a girl.
I see.
And we're also targeting orphans. And normally those are the forgotten.
Right.
And most of our board members have been through it. So we understand.
Yes.
And so that's why we targeted women.
Now, I call you one of the custodians of our culture and the food, all things considered. You always keep up with the tradition and stuff like that. What are some of the special skills that you possess that people may not know? But they see your lovely smile, they see you, volunteering and community, doing community events and stuff like that. But what are some of the things that almost like a secret that most people don't know about you?
So I guess maybe somehow they know, but they don't know. I really want to uphold our culture because, a people without a culture, it's like a tree without roots. So we have to uphold that. And I'm so passionate about that. And I want that to go on. We don't want it to die. Because now what I've noticed is we want everything Western, but we have our culture. And it's very important that we instill that in our children that are being born here, especially because they're not back home. So we have to keep that going. Our food, we have the most amazing food. So we continue cooking that and giving to our children so they know that this is our identity.
Absolutely. So holding the culture through food, storytelling, and what else? What other specific? And I know if somebody's watching, they're hearing the general stuff, but what exactly do you do to uphold that culture on top of, of course, caring for the youth and the girl child back home?
Yeah, so simple things as children are getting married.
Yeah.
We always empower them with some knowledge. I know they might not use it because they're here. They say, oh, it's a different culture back. It's very important that we give them the knowledge, and it's up to them to pick what they can pick. So we always go through that premarital counseling for the children.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that because the show that's coming up, you have a special guest who's joining us live from Lusaka here. We're about to introduce him real quickly, but you also have another guest who is culturally connected to uplifting and upholding the customs of Zambian, the Zambian heritage, specifically for women. So talk about that. Why was it important for you guys as AZWWI to bring in somebody mature, so to speak, to give us that wonderful traditional dance?
Yeah, because as you know, we're talking about the girl child. Girl child, you grow up, so everyone is looking up to you. And so we brought in Sister Heidi. We know that, she got it. And we just got excited about that.
Awesome. I love it, the fact that you're covering all angles. So if you're watching us live, please like this video, share it so that people can consume the information. When we come back, I'm going to bring in Dr. Banda real quickly before we introduce our special guest all the way from Zambia. Keep it locked right here at Channel ATV. Welcome to the show, Dr. Anna. Welcome back. And
Thank you.
Sister Priska, it's good to see you as always. So before we introduce our special guest here, tuning in all the way from Lusaka, Zambia, we are so excited, but I want to prep the people so they can be ready for what's coming. Dr. Banda, if you can just tell us a little bit, how much money are we looking for before we bring in the artist?
Yeah, so this year our goal is to, at a minimum, raise $30,000.
And this is not Zambian kwacha, US
No,
dollar.
we're talking about USA, US dollar.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the minimum. And so the questions that we've been getting is, well, why do you need so much money? What are you doing with that money? And we have this event coming up as one of our fundraisers. We fundraise all throughout the year.
Right.
Getting donations, that continues. It never stops. But we have this event as one of our fundraisers, and people are asking, what are you doing with the money? So just really briefly, so we have the supplies that we give to the girl child. So sanitary towels are very expensive, and we have to make sure all the girls have those. We get them shoes, we get books, we get bags, and some things we ship from the United States to Zambia, and then they get taken to the school. Some things we buy from Zambia, again, to support Zambia. But also, what we've gotten is there's free education now, so tuition is not an issue. True for most of the students. Now we do have, so remember we've gone to the rural part of Zambia. So
Correct.
literacy, children go through grade 1 to grade 7 and cannot read.
Yeah.
They get to grade 9 and they fail to pass the exams. So what happens is we don't want to then just say, okay, we're giving up on that child. That's it, we're done with you. So what we do is we get them back through the afternoon programs.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is not covered by free education. So we are paying for the exams and we're paying for them to be accepted into the school through that afternoon programs for the
Right.
special programs. So costs go there for the exam fees. And now we're having girls who are graduating from the program. And some will go to university, some will want to do something else. And then also at grade 9, there's some, when we look at the grades, we said this one, even if we take them back, they're likely to fail again.
Right.
But we don't want to leave you without anything. We want to at least give you a skill. So that is the next big project that AZWWI is working on, is now finding to partner with somebody who can do skills teaching
Right.
these girls.
The trade,
So
more like
a trade,
trade.
more like
Yeah.
a trade, exactly. Is it tailoring? Is it catering? Something that they can get empowered and have a successful life for themselves and the family.
That's awesome. I
So
love
that's
that you broke it down like that because, if I'm coming, of course, if somebody's watching this and they're wondering why should I pay $150 to go and watch, a show, and they're thinking, okay, I've watched shows before for $60 or anything like that. So to you, Sister Priska, just break it down just real quickly, how we can justify the $150. I know that we heard from Dr. Anna in terms of what we are doing to cater to the kids, but what about the people that are coming physically to enjoy the show in Atlanta? Why is it worth $150?
So to start with, we've got a special guest artist
Right.
all the way from Zambia. And that ticket ain't cheap.
Right.
Just to get here.
Yeah.
So and it's been a process.
Yeah.
We started last year, and that's all money, and he's entertaining. He's worth it. He's worth it.
Absolutely worth it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the goal. So remember, $100 sponsors a kid for the whole year. So we're talking about that. And the venue, they're going to love it. It's an amazing venue. And after COVID, everyone knows all venues have gone up. So
yes, that's true.
a chunk of that is just going to the venue, and there's food, of course. And yeah, just the company.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Richie Bizzy is awesome. If I can drop his name real quick, he's just an amazing talent and is an entertainer. He's known for that. So we're going to get into that real quickly. But Dr. Banda, so when you look at just the community in general, so are you catering more to just folks that live in Atlanta, or are you inviting people also across the United States? And if so, do we have any special guests? And I think it's a political question, but I know that you guys are all special guests. But if anything, I can squeeze it out of you. Do we have any special guests?
Well, we're all special guests, and we're definitely extending invitations to everyone. So the invitation is to the whole United States, and we do have people coming to Atlanta as far as coming from California. We do have hotels that we have reserved for them that they can make their reservations. So we've been making those available on Facebook.
Awesome.
And also, just to add on to Priska, what she was talking about with the food. So, it's the kapenta, it is the ifinkuvala, it is the Ifisashi, Chikanda, all the delicacies of Zambia, and it's non-Zambians.
Yeah.
So we want to show our culture. When you look at Nigerians, most of the Nigerian events, weddings that you go to, their food is never missing.
Yeah.
And so it's a pride of their culture, and we want the same. We love Zambia, so we want to showcase our culture. With food, with dance, music, everything is about Zambia. The silent auction will be Zambian products. So we're very excited.
Hi there. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Muli Bwanji. How are you? Bonjour. My name is DAVIES CHIRWA, and I am one of the board members for the Atlanta Zambian Women with Influence. I would like to first off thank you, our annual sponsors and supporters that have been with us for the last 9 years. It's that time again. This year, it's not a tea party. This year we actually wanted to give you guys a special treat. We have invited one of our ambassadors, Richie Bizzy, who is traveling all the way from Zambia to come here to Atlanta on June the 15th to grace us with his very special music. This is an extension to every one of you to please come to the event. The cover charge is $150. This includes a couple of drinks, and then the rest is a cash bar. We also have a few special items that you can purchase. And remember, all proceeds go to our orphaned girls who are in primary school and secondary school. So your gift, your attendance, and your time is well received, and it's for a good cause, obviously, that extends to generations down the road. Please come and join us. Please come and support us. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Lukum.
What do you understand by the term AZWWI?
Atlanta.
Z.
Zambian.
W.
Women.
W.
With.
I.
Influence.
Do they really have influence?
Yes, they do.
Do they really have influence?
Yes, they do.
Do they really have influence?
Yes, they do.
What makes you agree that they have influence?
Empowering women through supporting education of orphan girls.
Provide life skill education.
Help to keep a girl child in school through provisions, e.g. 1. School fees. 2.
Hygiene facility. Uniforms. School bags. Entrepreneurship skills.
Support government back to school police. The risks are endless, but I'll mention simple ones like pencil, ball pen, sharpener, etc.
Thank you, Atlanta woman, for the school fees that you pay for me. God bless you.
Thank you, Atlanta woman, for all the things you have given us. You have given us food, such as bags.
Your support has made me to improve in my studies.
Your support has encouraged me to freely mix with others. I am not valuable because I have a mother who cares for me. Thank you.
Sometimes I am forced to stay away from school because I lack funds. Thank you.
The input by the ladies in Atlanta is so huge that we can even fail to explain.
We recorded the kids live in Kapirimposhi, and then you can actually hear it for yourself because the kids and the teachers are talking about the help that they've got from AZWWI. And so far, we're looking ahead to see where we're going. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll be joined with our brother all the way from Lusaka, Zambia, Richie Bizzy. Stay tuned. Well, thank you for joining us live here in the United States, and those of you watching across from Africa and, of course, in Europe. My name is DAVIES CHIRWA here at Channel ATV. I am so privileged to call this young man my brother because I've worked with him for so many months and years, looking back from, during the pandemic and before the pandemic. I call him my brother, Richie Bizzy. He's so talented. He's going to be joining us live here for the very first time in the United States. My brother, Richie Bizzy, let's bring you into the studio here. There he is, looking good, my brother. How you doing?
Thank you very much, big bro. How are you doing?
The man who's responsible for the Chimwemwe dance, it existed, the name existed, but you actually took that and took it to the rest of the world. Now, even I can dance Chimwemwe dance. Well, I can try, but How are you doing?
I'm actually coming to teach you live.
You're going to, okay, you know that I'm sure people can donate to see me dance Chimwemwe dance, and I'm sure Dr. Anna, we can get some money out of her by just, you know, if I can try to do that. So how is the second now? What time is it? And how are you doing? How's the family?
No, we're good. Lusaka is okay. They're a little bit cold, and it's about 6 p.m. right now.
Your time, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so that's great. You know, how excited are you? Because I know that when people get their visas, we know it's not easy, right? People have tried, and sometimes we can get complications and stuff like that. So we can comfortably say you have your visa, it's in your hands, and now you're just counting down to join us live in Atlanta, you know, to make sure that you give the people what they've been looking for years. How exciting is that from your perspective?
It's exciting. I'm excited. You know, it's not an easy thing. I know a lot of people have tried. I know a lot of my fellow artists, of course, also have tried, you know, getting their visas, but obviously it's been a tough one. And thank God that we went through it, and the visa is ready. I have my visa, and everything is ready. So I'm so excited that I'll be joining you guys, and also just share what I have for you.
Yeah, and also there's a great opportunity for you to quickly. I know you'll be here for a little bit, but we're hoping that you'll come back. You know, there's also opportunities for you to be connected to other resources that we may not have in Zambia. And so we thank the ladies, the Atlanta women with Zambian women with influence. You know, for giving
actually they did a very good job, a great job. It's not easy, but actually I would say it was easy for me. I know it was difficult for them, but they made everything easy for me. You understand? So shout out to them.
Absolutely. Shout out to and I know they can't say that, but I can. I know you're not gonna say that, and they can't say that, but I can say it in live, you know, because I'm behind the microphone. You volunteered your time, you know, during the pandemic, and most people didn't know that. You didn't charge us to do stuff, and you donated your time. So why is it important for you to give back?
Giving back to me is that important because you know, of my background, where I come from. This is how I was taught. I was taught to give, you know, and not
no matter what you have, right?
So
no matter what you have,
the small thing you have, you learn to share, and you know, because there might be someone out there who's not having what you have. So, you know, when you share and people appreciate, and obviously God will bless you with more. So that's what I believe. So from my heart, I believe also, like, just to give out. And I feel every time when someone brings an idea of, you know, working on something with the orphanage and everything like that, you know, it makes me feel, you know, good, and I want to be part of it. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I've worked with the women for if not 3, maybe 2 years.
You know, I think it's 3 years now.
It was fun. It was with me. It was as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's just something that my heart also wanted to do. Yeah.
And I can't forget the fact that you know, during the pandemic, you also did a concert. You know, that you were able to you know, do your own concert and raise some money to donate to the community. So that's important. People forget about that. We remember all your hit songs. We remember all your hit songs.
And I still do that. Most of the times you see me donate some things, more especially, and this is not just where I come from the Copper Belt. I've actually not even donated. Well, I would say I've actually not even donated anything from where I come from, and I'm planning to do that. I'm planning to have a very big one anytime soon. I've actually done this in Lusaka and most of the places where I go to perform. So most of the times I go there, and maybe even before I do my shows, I'll donate some things.
Yeah.
And this is just something that I like doing.
That's awesome, man. You know, God bless you for doing that. And I'm sure the ladies would love to be a part of that. I would love to be a part of that. So next time you're doing something for the community, please let us know. Now, you are known for so many songs, you know, out of all these hits that you recorded, which one is your favorite song?
I wouldn't say I have a specific, favorite song from all my songs that I've done. They're like my babies, so they're all my favorites.
Okay, let me give you a scenario. If the world is ending tomorrow and you had to perform one song, which song would you perform and why?
That would be a very difficult decision for me because I wouldn't even know which one. So I'll just tell the DJ to just play any of my songs.
And then whichever runs that. Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Whichever he plays, then I'm good.
I love it. I love it. So I know that you are not just a singer, but you're also a producer, and you have a studio. Tell us a little bit, just quickly, about your studio. If folks are joining us right now, they're trying to do collaborations. You already know I work with different artists from different countries. If they're trying to connect with you, which part of Lusaka, and then what's the name of your studio? So if folks are trying to connect with you, they can get that opportunity to say hello and see what you guys can do as a collaboration. So tell us a little bit about your studio.
Oh yeah, okay. So my studio, I call this one as the home studio. Okay, so just like we do with the orphanage and everything, this is also part of me giving out to young and upcoming musicians. I have some few artists that I help here and there. I've not signed them. I don't get anything back from them.
Wow.
I just put in whatever I have, the little thing that I have, I help with them, record from my studio, or maybe even pay to some other studios. They record from there or they record from here and they do their own thing. So this studio, my idea of coming up with this studio was actually a time where I was, the time I came to Lusaka, and I really wanted to be, to have my projects recorded. And most of the times when I recorded these projects, I used to be delayed by most producers. So my idea was to have my own studio, record my own songs at my own time.
So you brought your Coppola swag to Lusaka. In short, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So the idea was to make sure that my ideas are being added
projected,
to the projects. And every time I record, then I start looking to work with whoever I feel is going to fit in that song.
In that project.
If it means featuring, if it means producers, like who's going to produce this one better, who's going to mix this one better, I do that. I don't usually work alone, but I start my ideas alone at this studio. So this studio is called Music House. Of course, yeah. I also have a record label that I've not yet started working as a record label. Like I said, I'm just they're helping some few upcoming artists that I just feel the little that I have, I hope. So it's not yet a business there where I sign someone and I have to make money out of them. So the record label, I'm sure you've heard of it, which is Tulibantu Promotion.
Of course. We hear it all the time. We hear it in songs.
A lot of people thought. So that one is, so when you hear Tulibantu Promotion, you just know it's me. And of course, I've been working with different people, and also I was signed under a record label, which is the Kalandanya Music Promotions. Even though my contract ended, but my relationship with the big man is still very intact. So
that's awesome, man. Thank you for that history. Because a lot of times, people just enjoy the music, but we don't care about how it came together and things like that. So that's important. So you had an album launch in 2022. Which was featuring a lot of hit songs that we know, and then you followed up with the EP in 2023. So any projects coming up before we bring the ladies back into to join us, to talk about the Atlanta show, but anything that you need to tell us about what's coming up in terms of your projects, and we know that you're excited to come to Atlanta and things like that, but what are you working on now?
Right now I have a new song titled Nasala I Choose You. It's a new project for me right now. It's what I'm promoting, and it's on my YouTube channel. I'm working on a lot of stuff, like on a lot of projects. Even right now, as you can see me, I'm in the studio. I was just working on something before I came through. So always, out there working and trying to bring something new. So the only thing is that there are a lot of songs recorded, but obviously I only wait for the right time and select which one is which one I can put out at this particular time. And of course, it's not always where you feel like you put out like an album, because sometimes I feel like putting up an album kills a lot of songs. I had like 25 songs in an album, and it was very difficult for me to promote all of them before feeling like I have to put out a new project. So maybe you find that maybe by the time the year ends, I've only promoted maybe 6 songs, and I start feeling like it's been long since I put out something new. So I also feel like the way I've been doing it from the time I started my career. I've been putting out singles almost every year, 2-3 singles, just like that.
Yeah, I did. For your own information, I did a masterclass with the Grammys, and one of the things that they talked about was, the difference between back then and now because of streaming. It's almost like a waste of time to have an album compared to having an EP, because then when you have an EP, you have the opportunity to drop all your songs. If it's 10 songs throughout the year, you can promote those songs, song after song after song after song, and then you stay consistent throughout the year. But if you drop an album, then by the end of the year, it's like, your projects are gone and people don't even remember. And especially that now that we're receiving a lot of hits from different parts of the world, so that's exciting. So I say that to your point, so if there's one artist.
In fact, right now we won't even say throughout the year, because I know there are a lot of musicians, there are a lot of music coming out. So music, like an album won't even take that long, for people to be just listening to one album. They want to listen to this, they want to listen to this.
Correct.
So
Correct.
by the end of the day, we also choose to give them something new, so that people are difficult, so they always want something new. You put up an album today, tomorrow they'll be asking you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said something new. Should people in Atlanta expect something new? Did you just say that?
I've already put out something new, so if they're like who have another something new, that just
in Atlanta. Okay. I just want to slide in there real quickly, So before we bring in the ladies, what comes first for you? Is it the writing of a song and then the producing of the song, or is it the dance, or do you come up with the dance? Because I've seen crazy stuff out there. I've seen like Jay-Z, for example. He doesn't write songs.
I don't write songs.
Beat. You don't write songs. Okay, so tell us.
So with me, it's different. So what I would say is, like I said, I have my own studio. So sometimes music, the way music comes to me is it'll come to me as just a message from God or from somewhere. Just hear something, like the whole concept comes to you, and like that. I can come to the studio and start making a beat, with that on my mind, already having a concept, already having a chorus or something. But sometimes I'll just be in the studio, do a beat, and then also come up with a song. So with my recordings, I don't write songs. I'll just be on my microphone and start recording just like that. So it depends.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a talent. That's a God-given talent, and I'm so glad that you broke that down, because as people watch you, they don't think about the creative process that happens. And to me, it sounds like you're a lover and a father, and a good guy who just lifts women up and lifts people up. And I don't think I've heard a song that's dissing someone. So just tell us a little bit.
No. I like my peace. I'm someone damn. So anyway, of Parker. Remember, I'm in Zambia, so I've.
It's okay.
So I'll do this. I don't know if you can see me.
I can still see you. Shout out to all things working, behind the scenes, as we are working towards making sure that we have power in Zambia. And this is a perfect example of the reality check that we talk about.
This is a reality right now. So exactly what I was saying. I like my peace. So I'm someone who's very short-tempered. But the good thing is that I know how to control myself. So I keep myself away from troubles. So I like having my peace. I like being friendly and just having people around me smiling and laughing every time. So I don't really want to put myself in a situation where I don't want to see this person, I want to diss this person or I want to say bad things about this person. No.
That's not your character. That's not I can attest to that.
That's not me. That's not me.
Awesome. So if you're joining us right now, you're experiencing the load shedding in real life. So for those of you that are investors watching us live, please go to Zambia. Use the tourism aspect of it. Invest in Zambia so that they can sustain the power all the way through. So I am excited to join you and be with you in Atlanta when you come to the United States. So, but before we go, we're going to take a quick break and bring in our expertise from the Zambian women with influence. It's always a tongue twister. So we'll bring them in and they can tell us a little bit so you can get a chance to say hello to them as well. You are joining us live here at Channel 8 TV. Stay tuned. All right. My sisters, welcome back. We have a superstar here, Richie Bizzy. You can say hello.
Hi, and he's in the dark.
He's in the dark.
I'm in the dark.
But we can still see you. We can still see you.
I was actually enjoying few hours of having power back, but then again,
it's gone out.
The owners have taken it.
well, put it like this: as we make so much money, the surplus will go to the government, so we can make sure that there's power in Zambia throughout the seasons.
Not a chance.
Yeah. So before we go into a whole
different conversation,
it's too big. The pressure's too big. Well, yeah. Thank you so much. But we thank God because we, it's created the opportunity for us to come together, and we can still see our brother still here live. And let's just quickly make sure that he doesn't lose the power, the little power that he has on his device there. So, Sister Priska, what do you want to say to this young man?
I just want to say thank you. And probably maybe you don't remember, but remember the first show that we had virtually.
Yeah.
When we mentioned to you what we're working with, what we're doing. I don't know if you can remember that. I know Dr. Mr. Chirwa mentioned that to you. You actually volunteered to do it for free. So that really touched us. And we knew that you understood where we're coming from. And we're just so grateful. So when it came for us, to get which art can we bring here? So we're voting on those. So the names, most of the names that came up, most of the ladies said Richie Bizzy. So we asked why. So the first thing they mentioned about you, there were other artists that we talked about. The first thing that everyone talked about was because you volunteered your services for free. And then secondly was because he's a great artist, he's a great entertainer and all that. So it's just amazing. And we're just so grateful that you'll be here. We can't wait.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm humbled.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Personally, I also feel like you've been so good, knowing what you've been doing, and some of us, we feel like we can help, in as much as we are far from you guys that side, but obviously I know your cause is to help the women or the children back home in Zambia. And I feel like we can also be part of it, in any way. It's not every time that you can be working for money. So sometimes you look at what people are doing, what's the cause of what they're doing, and you look at, are they making money? This money is it going into their pockets, or is it going to help someone? And the moment you know they're not doing it for their own cause, definitely you come in and you help. So I can also encourage the people out there, the people that are watching, to just come through and support if possible. Offer, I don't know what I would say, but yeah, big support for you guys so that you can continue with whatever you're doing. This is great. This is great, and I pray that you don't stop.
Thank
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely. And Dr. Anna, for you, if Richie Bizzy hits the stage now, I know we talked about him teaching me the Chimome dance and all that. I've been surprising you with the. You don't know that I can dance, but But anyway, you have to donate for you to see me do that. But
Sure.
in your case, what song would you want him to perform? Just one, if you're given the choice.
Wow. I like a lot of his songs. But recently, in my car when I'm going to work, just one.
Yes, let's start with one.
Well, I've been listening a lot to his new song. In fact, my sister the other day sent me the same song to say, "Oh, Rich Busy, I'm feeling this song." Nasala Iwe. We like it. Yeah, so that has been playing a lot in my car as I'm going to work.
Okay, and I know that you've been working out and you've been promoting, health, especially for women and the youth and stuff like that. And I've seen you, actually work out to Rich Busy's music for almost 2 years now. It's almost like, is she obsessed with this music? I was like,
I'm a healthy fan. I'm a healthy fan. I'm not a groupie. I'm a healthy fan.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So, but Priska, for you, if you had to choose one song that you want him absolutely, if he doesn't perform him, you could almost murder him. What song would you like him to perform for you?
Sitinga in the kumunzi. So we can translate that until we get in the country, because if they see that, they'll be like, that song.
Let me say it right. It's a question. It's a question that he's asking. So basically, the scenario is that he migrates, he comes into the city, and then the city is popping, so he's contemplating whether he should go back to the city or not. So he's asking whether.
No, I'll actually don't worry. I'll actually translate that on the night of that show. Don't worry.
Now, are you saying it literally, or because you guys are so creative? Are you talking about something else, or is it really just going back to the village? Or
no, don't worry. Just come through, and I'll definitely tell you.
That's funny. Dr. Anna, when it comes to just the opportunity that we have, I know what you went through, the lengths you went through to bring this young man to the United States. When you consider all these things, the struggles and everything else, would you do this again?
Let's talk after.
Right. That's a very political.
It's not an easy process.
Right.
And Bizzy would attest to the fact that we've been at this for a while. We had a first attempt that wasn't successful, and we had the second attempt, which has been successful, and we kept at it. And God has been gracious because we got help on the second one, where we just saw the hand of God throughout the whole process. So, I think if it's something that God says do it, I will do it.
Oh, that's a safe answer. That's a very safe answer, but it's the correct answer.
Yeah.
No, I say this to say, when people see you right now, there are a lot of people in the background that we need to appreciate that have made this moment possible, and we can't forget the board members. So, Sister Priska, I want to make sure that we don't forget anybody. Can you please just go through just quickly, who are some of the board members that are involved in behind the scenes, making sure that AZWWI is successful?
Yeah, we have, I know you ladies are in the background working very hard for those ticket sales and for the program to go smoothly. So we thank you. So we have Bridget Kaira, we have Chola Sims, we have Clara Msanduka, we have Tina Siangonia, we have Eleanor Salas, We have Dr. Anna jump in.
So we have Navisimo Kambafwile, we have
that's right.
Dr. Pindile Choa, we have Dr. Maria Malimba, we have Wupe Mwenachenya, who is our Zambia person on the ground. So I think that's everyone. And then Papriska and myself, part of the board. And we have Constance Nirongo as well. Absolutely. So a lot of women and I was just talking earlier, our group has been fortunate because we haven't had a lot of turnover. A lot of people who were there from the beginning when we started this idea are still there. We've had a few people join us, and nobody has been on our board for less than 2 years and just walked away. So I can only say that's God's doing, because it's hard. It's hard to keep people together, and it's hard to get people to believe in one cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's just God's doing.
Yeah, and not forgetting Chibangu Green and Lindsay Chewe.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We didn't forget anybody so that we don't cause any political routes outside. Richie Bizzy shows up at the show and you find people with signs talking about, they forgot my name, all that good stuff. But we appreciate you.
No, it's normal. It's normal to forget names, but in as much as I know that I'm sure everyone that is part of this has been appreciated, even if a name obviously has been forgotten, but maybe just here because people are already thinking about something else. They're already thinking about they're having interviews, but they're already thinking about how the show is going to be and everything.
Yes.
Right. And Bizzy, coming back to you, I know that you didn't get here by yourself. I want to give you this opportunity to thank anybody you want to thank that have helped and to craft your artistry to be where you are today. Just if you can remember a few people that you want to highlight, you can do so, because we are in the moment of gratitude right now.
Are we talking about my trip to Atlanta, or we're talking about
He's living in the moment.
He's living in the moment.
Are we talking about my career?
Just your career, real quick.
No, my career has not. My career has been successful not because of one person.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that have actually helped me reach where I am today. So I wouldn't. It don't even be great to start mentioning names, because definitely I'll forget a lot of names out there. So there are a lot of people that have actually worked so hard to just see me where I am today. Even like from the beginning and up to date, I've had people that sometimes I'll even forget about them, and then they'll just be there, reminding me to say, you are great and you have to do this and continue, don't stop. There are a lot of people out there that has just pushed me to where I am today. So I always appreciate them, and I say thank you very much. Mostly, I don't forget where I come from. So definitely, I talk to everyone that has been supporting me from day one.
Awesome. Richie Bizzy sounds to me like a politician. See how he's navigating through the whole process. I know, Dr. Hannah, you can see what I'm seeing, right?
Like, no, I'm not going to mess up here.
Exactly. No, but we are so excited, and Richie Bizzy, for you, as we conclude here, real quickly, what are you expecting? What are you looking forward to? Either experiencing or just what are you looking forward to doing when you come to the United States?
The first thing that I want is just to see everyone come through and support this event. Of course, it's not just a night of dancing. There are a lot of things involved. It's a fundraising concert. Of course, I'll be there performing. That's one thing that people should be excited with. And not just that, there's traditional food. like they said, so I know obviously that days that I will also, the different days that I will get to taste, American food, because then the food come for America. But on that day, if you find any mistake, you can go and finish it. I have to eat our food. So they definitely come through. So I'll be happy. My thing, the only thing that will make me happy is to see everyone come through and party with me and the women. Of course, this is not just a women event, so everyone is invited. Men, boys, boys, but not underage. When I say boys, because even me, like right now, I call myself a boy. So
yeah, no, we understand. We come from a British colony, so we know that when you say boys, it just encompasses everybody. So
everyone.
Oh yeah. Definitely. So but I couldn't even go around that boy in
the boys.
When you say man, that's what now you're talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, so I want to see everyone come through. People from different I don't know if it's town or what do you call them?
States.
States. Yeah, people from different states come through to just support this event. I know a lot of people that are coming through, but then I want to see everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. So please, if you're watching this, tell your friends, tell your partners, tell your everybody. Make sure that we're together on that day.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Dr. Banda, for you in closing, what would be your last words?
Yeah, so just like Rich Bizzy said, we really hope everybody will come through, support us. If they have questions, we've had all the flyers going out. We have contact number there. You can reach us on Facebook. You can email us from our website. We are very responsive. We'll get back to you. And we're just looking to have a great night. But again, the biggest thing about the night is it's a fundraiser to support the children. We're not forgetting the cause. Again, to support the 135 orphan girls that we have in our project. So that's the biggest thing. And we're just excited to host everyone, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
Sister Priska, in closing, what are your final words?
So my final words is, do not be in denial. This event is not just for women. This event, remember, gentlemen, you've been donating. So this time you get to come and see what we actually do. But seriously, you're going to be so proud of us when you actually see where your money actually has been going the past almost 10 years now. Yeah, so
I see.
We're looking forward to seeing you all. And if you can't make it, just make that donation, buy a ticket, we'll pass it on to somebody that can actually make it.
And where would people donate if they want to do that virtually?
So we have Cash App, we have Zelle, and we have a website.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everything
PayPal
is on Facebook and on the flyer. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll present the information here, and people can actually look at the information to make sure they don't have an excuse. So can I safely say this is our official entrance as men? Now we finally made it to be part of this group, and going forward, all men will be invited.
For this forward. Only for this one.
Only for this one, because
for this one. And moving forward, it's just your money we'll need.
No, we never know. Even the next one can be for this one.
That's true. You never know.
You never know. You never know. That's right. No, thank you so much.
And not forgetting, I was saying everyone who's watching this should actually invite their friends, their partners. So when I say your friends, it's not just a Zambian friend. Make sure all those friends that you have, let them come. We want to see them. We want to show them how we do it back home.
That's right.
True.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I can't forget about this, Richie Bizzy. Happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was just, a couple of days ago. And shout out to all the artists that came through, Mampi, Chester, you know, who else showed up at your birthday party? I was kind of jealous. I was like, man, I wish I could do something like that. Like you had a whole bunch.
There are a lot of before I mention who came through.
Yeah,
I was told I'll find my presents that side. So everyone that promised me a present, make sure I thank you. Yeah, so
we got you.
So I had a lot of friends, music, colleagues that came through to support me, and it was a night of just having fun. We were performing, I was performing, it was live music all the way, and it was crazy. We enjoyed ourselves, and it was just a night where I was even telling people to say, don't take today very seriously. I also want to enjoy. So even if I was on stage actually on that day, and I was just like trying also to just enjoy myself, not just make people enjoy, but I was also trying to enjoy myself.
Awesome. Yeah. So more going to go to my presence, Priska,
but we know ourselves.
Right. Yeah, no, this has been fun, and Richie Bizzy, thank you so much for going through the process, and I'm glad that we lost power in real time so people can actually understand what that looks like. Because when you hear it, for some of us who left Zambia a long time ago, now going back and you find out. I'm a genset.
Imagine. Thank you very much, Mr. DC. Thank you very much, Dr. Anna. Thank you very much for Priska and everyone watching. So see you on the 15th, and make sure you put on your dancing shoes. Make sure you put on your dancing shoes. I want you guys to come and have fun, to come and dance. So yeah.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, ladies, and congratulations over the years for just doing such an amazing job to raise the money for the kids in Kapirimposhi, the Lukomba initiative. We are so thankful, and we've been watching over the years, and we're so glad that finally we get to join you ladies as men, and we hope and pray that this stays the same. So the next year it will be the same, right?
I can assure you, because this one will be a successful one. So we'll need to be doing this more often.
That's right. That's right. No, shout out to everybody in the background who's played a part, and even just to the lawyers who've worked with us to make sure that Bizzy makes it finally to the United States, and we don't take every effort for granted. But thank you so much on behalf of Channel A TV. We want to thank you, ladies, for just working with us. And there are so many options out there. You could have worked with everybody else, but you chose us. So if people are trying to learn more about AZWWI, Dr. Anna, where can people go? Your website and the social media.
So our website, AZWWI.org. And our Facebook, Atlanta Zambian Women with Influence. We are very accessible.
Absolutely. Sister Priska, did we forget anything?
I think we got it covered.
Okay.
We probably have to thank Vibrant Funding.
Yes.
And the Law Office of Nigel Peary for sponsoring this event.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't do it without the sponsors. And my brother, Richie Bizzy, where can people connect with you? We know that they can just Google your name and you come up and stuff like that. Where can people find you if they're looking to connect with you?
Okay, so people can follow me on my Facebook, my Twitter, which is now X, my Instagram, my TikTok, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So the name is just the same, Richie Bizzy everywhere.
So
so just make sure that before you follow, you just make sure to see, okay, this is the real Richie Bizzy. Facebook is verified, Instagram is verified. YouTube, obviously, you tell just by the videos, because obviously people create sometimes fake accounts and then,
Yeah, and that's been a challenge, but your work speaks for itself, so you can tell which one is official, which is not. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time. You guys have been awesome. Dr. Anna, we hope that you do this again and again, because I know you're like, this is a lot of work, but it's a calling that God gave you. There's nothing you can do. So I want to thank you all, and we're going to leave the people with a little bit of some dancing music from Richie Bizzy here live at Channel A TV. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Boss. Sale, shikamba.